Hi, this is Justine McKinney at Vision Comics and Oddities, and you are watching Groovey.TV.
Hey, this is Groovy. I'm here with the world's greatest human being, Justine McKinney of My Gal the Zombie, and a whole bunch of other cool things that you do.
Like all kinds of the things.
How are you?
I'm really good. I'm happy to see you, my friend.
I'm very happy to see you. It's been far too long.
Far too long. We go months in between. It's very sad. And I pine, and you don't.
And I weep.
You don't write me. It's fine. But
Because when I call, you're like, meh.
Well, yeah, that's how my voice sounds over the phone.
That's how you answer.
Yeah, I tried to fix it, but every new phone, it's the same thing. Ah, yeah.
Then I hide and get scared.
That's okay. I'm sorry. You can hide under my bed next time.
Woo!
Under.
And it's filled with spikes and snakes and stuff.
There's other stuff down there. It's not just for you.
There's just skeletons and more skeletons.
Yeah, exactly. Skeletons holding skeletons on top of other skeletons. Just as many as you can get under there. If you space them out right, you can get a few.
And you're good at spacing out skeletons.
You're so sweet. Thank you. My parents taught me well.
They're good people.
I learned it from watching you, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. I can't wait to be dead and rotting underneath Justine's boudoir accoutrements.
Yes, there's worse places to be, right? Denny's.
Yeah. Okay, so we should pay some bills here. You're going to be at Denver Comic Con.
C, correct.
And you're going to be as My Gal the Zombie?
I think so, for the most part. Maybe one day. I might change it up a little bit. I don't love dressing the same thing every day.
Right.
Because it's like your one time of year that you can go outside and look like a freak. So I want to really get the most out of that I can.
But you're going to be at the Dan Connor's booth, right?
Yes. Yes, I am. But I'll also be wandering around because I'm a nerd and I love Comic-Con.
You are actually one of the biggest nerds on the planet.
Oh my God, you're so nice. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Love it. Yeah, some Buffy the Vampire Slayer are going to be there, and Doctor Who, Billy Piper's going to be there, and Nathan.
Yeah. The funny thing is the wind hit your hair when that happens. So.
Nathan, I feel you. He's near.
Your future ex-husband will be there.
I wish. I wish. If I could just get him under my bed.
All those skeletons.
I don't need a commitment. I just need the body.
Well, at least you're honest.
Yeah, honesty's good.
Okay, so you're going to be My Gal the Zombie one day, and who else the other days?
I don't know yet.
Who were you last year? Weren't you?
I was female Beetlejuice last year. Yeah, I was like a Renaissance-y Victorian version of her, and that was fun. Except I had to put it on in Greeley and drive all the way to Denver, and it was really hot, so I left a white body outline in my car. It was really attractive.
And you're used to body outlines, so yeah.
Yeah, I am, but just not sitting up usually. Usually on the ground, flat.
On the sidewalk area.
Some red splashed in to really offset the white. It's beautiful.
You're such a good painter.
Oh my God. What did I do to get you to be so nice to me today?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so besides the My Gal the Zombie stuff, how do you do all the painting? Well, I don't even know what it's called.
Painting. You got it right, man.
Well, there's got to be a more fancier name than that.
Body painting.
Tell me about your body painting.
It's a kind of French version of it. You do it the same way, but you eat a croissant while you do it.
So were you eating croissants with the latest lizard person you are?
I was. An excessive amount of croissants. I'm feeling it. But yeah, I did a Doctor Who Silurian lizard lady. And I dressed her up as a politician because I thought that'd be a fun mashup, you know? Conspiracy theorists, lizard people, politicians, and then a lizard from Doctor Who. So.
Have you seen any lizard people?
Not up close.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of YouTube videos though, so I know it's real.
Because YouTube has everything.
It never lies to me, ever.
And if it would you cry?
I've heard people do this cry thing. I don't know.
Don't even have tear ducts, do you?
Yeah, it's a little dry. I'm just kidding. I cry all the time. All the time. I just watched a video where like a lioness, her babies got bit by a snake, and I had to like take a half-hour break from life. I was like, ah, like mourning the tiny lions.
Well, you brought that one on yourself.
I know.
It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to watch some cubs get eaten.
I know. I clicked on the video. It's like, mother protects her children, JK. Yeah. Like if I ever scammed down Facebook, like did you guys see that Facebook where it was like an alligator pushing a dog along a river, and it was just a video that popped up, but there was no warning. He saw it. There was no warning. I'm like, no! And I was so sad for the rest of the day. I'm still sad thinking about it.
No, something happened in the last few minutes. Didn't someone get locked in a basement or something?
Yes, they did. This super smart gentleman friend I have was trying to demonstrate to me what my scene would be, which is kicking open a door and being all badass with a gun. But he neglected to do the opening the door part. He got locked in, and he was like, boom, 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 boom. And I was that awesome friend from the internet who just went, Dick, you're in a closet. See, there I cried down there out of laughter. Just so many of the tears.
Because I hear you're in this amazing film called Sausages.
It's pretty much the Citizen Kane of our time.
Rosebud.
Rosebud.
That's your new name, Rosebud.
Damn it. You guys, we need to meet about this before these things happen. Boys.
All right, so one last question about Comic-Con. What is your favorite thing about Comic-Con, and what do you enjoy the most?
I love hanging out with friends and meeting the celebrities that I love, because I'm a loser like that. And like I spend the whole line trying to figure out like what to say to them that's not gonna make them freak out a little bit. Like what can I say to you that's honest that won't scare you?
Have you ever scared one?
I think I have, but
You maybe say why.
not to say it, but I see that look. They're like, she's really close to me right now. Like Scott Adsit, I ran up to him wasted in Atlanta, and he was just like walking around, and I was like, ah, and I literally ran up to him, and I was like, I freaking love you, and he was like, oh, you came up real fast, and he's like, I love you too, and I was like, shut up, you don't. And he's like, I do. Don't tell your boyfriend. I was like, I won't. And I just like, and then I just ran away. And I have no idea what he thought of me. He's like, that was weird. That girl's fucking crazy. But, but some celebrities like it. Like Brent Spiner was so nice. And I asked him if I was like, I'm going to hug you. Is it okay if I squeeze like to a point where you might be a little bit uncomfortable? But I promise it's okay. and he was like, sure. He's like, just make sure I can breathe still. And I was like, no guarantees, friend. Get over here. Stay still. I get excited. Brent Spiner especially, because I've known him in my head since I was a wee child. I have a doll of him in my room that I look at before I go to sleep. I'm like, good night, Brent. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I know. Don't judge me.
Does he say goodnight back?
And up here he does. Sweet Star Trek dreams.
Any other dolls you talked to?
I had a fight with Gary Busey once. That was fun. He was really rude.
What happened?
Okay, so We were in Florida, and this is when I used to work with the Ghost Hunters people and did like merchandise for their table and stuff at cons. And so we were in this room with like Gary Busey, Jason Mewes, Elvira. Oh, wow. I know. I was like eye raping her the whole time. I'm like, you're so pretty. But Gary Busey was there, and I was so excited because I loved Gary Busey. And I went over to say hi to him. And I like held out my hand, forgetting that he's a freak, and he like just stared at me, and I was like, "Oh, you don't like doing that, sorry." And he's like, and gave me a little fist bump. I'm like, "Okay, that's great." And then I was like, "I love your work," and he's like, "Where'd you get the tattoos? You lose a bet." I know. And I was like, "Oh, Gary, why?" And then his son came in, what's his name again?
Jake or something?
Jake. Okay. Jake Busey. He came in and he was like, hey, oh, you know, like, my dad's a dick. Don't look at the man anymore. And he was just like trying to help me out. And he was very nice, and I got ushered away after that. And then for the rest of the day, Gary Busey was eyeballing me across, because I was in the same room as him, and I was at this table, and every time I looked at him, he's like, just looking at me. I was like, oh my God, what did I do to Gary Busey? And we saw him go tell a lady to shut her baby up because it was crying in the middle of the room, in a loud room. And he's like, that's a nice baby. Could you shut it up? And we're all like, oh my God, Gary Busey's crazy. And then and he stood in my way when I tried to go to the bathroom, and he wouldn't move. It was very awkward. I'm like, excuse me. So I had to like crawl under Gary Busey to go to the bathroom. And then later that night, we were all drinking, and I was already pretty drinking.
Pretty drinking.
Yeah, I'm not going to say drunk, but I was pretty drinking. And I went to the bar to get another one. And Gary Busey, he comes up next to me, and he's like, cut these girls off. They've had enough. To the bartender. I know. I was like, and I just turned to him, and this is my most amazing moment of my whole life. I turned to him, and I'm like, fuck you, Gary Busey. And it was like a really drunk person talked to him, and he was like, nah. And he walked away. And then I called my dad right away and left a message. I was like, Dad, I just said F you to Gary Busey. And he's like, I love you. You're a good daughter. You weren't a mistake anymore. You've made up for it right now.
And I love your dad now.
He didn't say all of that, but I'm paraphrasing because my dad's not that funny. But but it was good times. So yeah, Gary Busey. Meow. Meow.
To the booze.
I feel bad for him still, but he shouldn't try to get in between a girl and her booze, right?
Yeah. And he wrestled a bear once. There's even a band named that.
See, learning new things every day. This is why you're my friend.
Aww. Yay! Well, thank you so much for your time.
You are ever so welcome.
The absolute most wonderful human being on the planet, Justine McKinney, my gal zombie. You're going to be at Denver Comic Con. Bye!